Donc bonjour à tous, un grand merci pour ce premier observatoire sur la culture en centre-ville. Et je crois que c'est Monsieur le maire de Combras qui débute, puis ensuite Madame la maire, Madame Sec, voilà. Qui prendra la parole et qui expliquera également, puisqu'elle doit partir à 14h45 précise, l'explication sur sa ville, qui est une ville totalement magnifique. Maintenant.
So thank you very much for the presentation. My name is Nuška Gajšek. I'm from Ptuj. Ptuj is the oldest city in Slovenia. I'm the mayor. We have inhabitants of 23,000 people. So quite a small town in regard of European Union, but still we, as already heard, we are very beautiful. So everybody is welcome already now to visit us. So today, goal is to exchange of views, exchange of best practice, and hopefully that we all together will find some measurements, some ideas how to cope with the old city centers. I think that this is quite a big challenge now, especially in the regard of the climate changes, of course the resources needed for everything that comes along with the old city centers, or archaeology, architecture, and everything. But we kind of showed now with the latest project that it's manageable, and of course there's a lot of stress. It's quite a lot of money, but with the European funds and cohesion funds is also we can do it. And actually, if we kind of find some common ground and common ideas and how to tackle this, it would be easier. So this is kind of a goal from this group to for the future. I hope that this discussion today will bring quite a lot of interesting views and questions and answers also, and that is going to be great debate. And all the best from Slovenia, from Ptuj, to all of you.
Well, I think it's my turn now. Good afternoon, everybody. I don't know if it is afternoon for everybody, but I think so because it is in Portugal, so it must be in the rest of Europe. I would like to salute you all, especially, of course, my colleague. I don't know how to spell it, so I'll say it in Portuguese. Nuška Gajšek.
Yeah, it's quite right.
Not that bad. Okay, thank you. And you all, and welcome you digitally to Coimbra, and if you allow me to say, the most beautiful city of the world, Coimbra, of course. Coimbra, the first capital of Portugal. So we have a great and a long history, and we have one of the oldest universities of the world, that is heritage of UNESCO, World Heritage of UNESCO. So we are proud of our city, and of course, I imagine as you all are of your own cities. So for us, it's an honor to co-chair this section of the Observatory that will be led by our councillor Miguel Fonseca. I think it's a great opportunity to change experiences, to learn from each other. Our city center was becoming depopulated, as many of city centers of old cities. We are working hard with new strategies in order to attract again people to live in the city center, and fortunately new businesses are installing themselves in the city center, and I think we are in a certain way fulfilling our objective of revivification, revival of our city center. But we all have truly different experiences. So this observatory is a great opportunity that we know each other better, that we work together, that we exchange our experiences, our failures and our successes, so that we together can work for a better future for our city centers. And I invite you all to visit Coimbra, our city center. You will be very welcomed to Coimbra. And thank you very much. And thank you to the organizers of this observatory and of this section that for us is, of course, very important. Thank you, and feel success, much success, veel erfolg, bon succès to everybody. Thank you.
Merci beaucoup. Merci.
Merci. Alors, je vais faire un petit rappel pour les sous-titres, parce que j'ai vu 2-3 petits soucis. Donc, quand vous avez activé les sous-titres, donc avec les 3 petits points autres, vous allez donc dans les paramètres des sous-titres, hein, c'est donc la petite roue paramètres.
À droite totalement.
Voilà. Vous ne touchez que à la langue des sous-titres, s'il vous plaît, et pas à la langue parlée, surtout. Vous touchez que la langue des sous-titres. Voilà, c'est important. Sinon, après, ça dérègle toute la traduction pour tout le monde.
En anglais.
Voilà. So just as a reminder for the subtitles, so that we don't have any issues, once you've activated the subtitles with the 3 little dots at the top, you then have to click on the little sign for the parameters. Once this appears, you have subtitle language and then spoken language. Please do not touch the spoken language. You only change the subtitle language, please. Only the subtitle ones. All right. Thank you very much.
Donc, c'est Madame la maire hein, qui...
All right. Joanna, if you want to continue.
Mayor Nushka, do you want to present the video of your city? Or
I think that it's ready. Is Centre-Ville? You have it?
Yes, we do. Can
Yeah.
you give us
Okay.
1 minute and that'll be good, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Qual é o lugar certo? Quem é o lugar certo? Se as cidades fossem pessoas, Coimbra seria com quem queria passar o resto da minha vida. Render-me a ela, dar-lhe todo o meu tempo, sabendo que nos nossos encontros tudo aconteceria pela primeira vez. Perder-me pelas ruas e ruelas, numa descoberta vagarosa, ao ritmo das conversas e dos silêncios. Vê-la pelos seus olhos, descobrir recantos inusitados e lugares triviais, conjecturas de sombra e de luz que só um olhar demorado encontra. Ouvi-la falar de histórias que trazem ao presente amores antigos, que são sempre iguais. Meu nome é Pedro e fui teu rei, teu nome Inês e foste minha. Ouço-o nos seus risos. Ouvi-la cantar a sua canção, que fala sobre saudade, sobre histórias de outros tempos, de outros lugares. Deslumbrar-me com ela, culta, sábia, eloquente. Demorar-me com ela nos espaços, nos edifícios enigmáticos, imponentes, que emolduram a eternidade do tempo e da história. Experimentar as silhuetas, os desenhos da paisagem que abrem espaço à experiência e à contemplação. Dar com ela a volta ao mundo, à volta da mesa de um café. Coimbra é o lugar certo para descobrir, desfrutar, deambular e perder-se, deixar-se levar. Cruelas.
So this is our video of Coimbra. We are very proud of our city, of course. As you have seen, it's a very special place, and we are looking forward to welcome you all here. But first of all, and regarding this particular forum in which we are now participating, I would like also to say that welcome everybody in all over Europe, all of you European cities that join us today in this first meeting of the European Observatory of City Centres, specifically dedicated to culture and animation. We are, of course, looking forward to work and learn with all of you around Europe, meaning we want to learn with European cities that are focused, as we are, in the importance of city centres in the integrated and full development of our cities. So this network will enable us to build in this European Observatory an essential document that will be shared all over Europe, and of course also in the European Parliament and other European institutions, a final document that we all will be producing with our work, with good practices and good policies that our cities have implemented, and we want to do this document that will be very useful for all of us. So the product of this observatory is a very important tool to every municipalities around Europe. Of course, the co-presidency of this observatory is shared between Coimbra and Ptuj in Slovenia. So Portugal and Slovenia, Coimbra and Ptuj are working together in this observatory, but our aim is to involve all the cities, all European cities that are willing to participate, to produce with us this document that will be very useful for good policies around the city centers of our cities. So this is the aim. I'm just focusing on this so that everyone that is participating in this meeting, and we are very thankful and grateful for your participation, please feel free to intervene and to speak, because the purpose of this observatory is precisely to share and to hear what all of you are implementing as a policy for city centers. So in this city center, our councillor, Miguel Fonseca, will be representing the municipality of Coimbra. Is here on my side. I think you can see him in one of these little squares of the screen. But of course, this is a dialogue. I mean, we are online, so it is a little bit more difficult, but please feel free to, to raise your hand, to say something, to write in the chat, because the purpose is precisely to hear all of you and good examples. The final document we will be produced will be much more interesting and much more useful if you participate and give us your perspective. I also, to finalize, would like to say a great thank you to the city of Lund in Sweden. It's a very special city for Coimbra. We are also a twin sister city with Lund, and we invited Lund to be here because they have a fantastic city center. It's a great example also in terms of tourism approach and cultural approach. So it would be very interesting if our colleague from Lund, I know that she is here. I can't see her, but I know she's here. I just saw that she entered the meeting. So if you want to participate as well as all the other cities, of course, I'm just mentioning Lund because it was a special invitation and they agreed, so we are very grateful. But all cities, please participate and explain us what you think of the importance of culture and animation in the perspective of development and public policies applied to city centers. This is our focus on this moment, to understand how all of you, different European cities, are engaging in this strategy that is putting culture in the center of an important policy for the development of city centers. If you are, I don't know if you want to say something right now. I see Jensen. I see Haza Jensen, the colleague from Lund. If you want to say some words about Lund, please feel free.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Yeah, I'm sitting here in the sunny Lund today. We are a historical town with a lot of students passing by, and then now today is a spring day, so everybody is out for the first time. It's been a long winter here in Sweden. And Lund is a small town with 90,000 citizens in the south of Sweden, where a third of our citizens are students. So it's a little bit special. It has an old, very charming city center, and a lot of tourists come here mainly to visit the big dome. We are very happy to be here today, and I hope we can find some good common things to work from. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Mayor Nushka, I don't know if you want to say something, because we thought we were Coimbra and Ptuj. We thought that for this first meeting it would be interesting to present some specific cases that both Coimbra and Ptuj implemented in our city centers regarding culture and animation. So if Councillor Miguel Fonseca and Mayor Nushka, if you want to present some specific examples, they are always very interesting and useful, I think, for all the cities, and maybe this will help our colleagues from the other cities to remember some good practices or events or something they did in their own cities, and they can also present them or speak about them. Mayor Nushka?
Okay, maybe we send you the video. I will ask you later to show it. Euronews were making it, and because this was the project from the city center, and it was from the cohesion funds, it was around 5 million euros. Half of this we got from the European Union cohesion funds, so from European funds. It was quite a challenging project, but we managed. It took us a little more than 2 years because we were kind of also in the middle of or after COVID era. So, and it had a great impact on the project, but we managed to finished it, and now I think it's a really, really good example what we can do in the old city center. This was the old glasswork factory. It was abandoned. The houses were tearing apart. We had to demolish half of it, and then there was just one one small cultural young group who were having like a theater there. But now it's this place is now alive. It's actually open from morning to the late evenings. We are having a lot of different people there, different groups of people, different ages, but the main thing is that we were kind of reviving the old city center. We have a lot of challenging with that. We also have a lot of work to do, so I'm very glad that I heard the mayor of Cumbria that he said that you done some great work in this area, so I would really much like to hear more about it, how you managed to get to revive the old city center, because I think that this is a common issue and a common challenge in the whole of Europe. So especially in the old city centers, because it's not so maybe now interesting for the living, because everything has got to be it needs more of a TLC, so that we have to rebuild it, renew it, and give them the new meaning, if you like. So this is now Youth Cultural Center. and maybe now it's time to see the video. So if you could play it.
It's the festival or the other one, Mayor Nushka?
Excuse me?
Which
Oh no,
video do
we
you want to show?
festival. We have a lot of festivals in TUI during the whole year. We started with the Kurentovanie. You could see the Kurents in first video. That was the furry thing with the huge masks. It's under the UNESCO protection heritage. Then we have Roman games, medieval games. Then we have days of poetry and wine, which are taking place at the square that it's now renewed. We have art festival, of course, music festivals, not just one, many of them, folk music, modern art. So we are having a lot to offer. So maybe we don't have so much time to go through everything, but I propose that we now
we will share it. It's the...
If the video is prepared, okay.
It's this one, Mayor?
No.
No.
The former one from the Euronews that is about the project, the glasswork factory. This was sent the last time. Okay, I'll try to find it. It was not sent with the last ones. It was sent the other time.
It was the one of Euronews? No.
Yes, from the Euronews, yes.
Mayor Nushka share with us, I don't remember how and when, that video of Euronews.
Maybe Centre-Ville can share it.
We're having some technical issues with the videos.
Okay.
Let's see if I have.
Are you talking about the video that is in French?
No, I'm talking about, I don't know it's in French. I think it's in English. The first one that I was sending you, the first one, not in WeTransfer, but the last meeting we had.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me check. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Okay, maybe in the meantime, Cambrio can take over.
Yes.
Well, it's a great honor to be here. It's the first opportunity to share with all the members of our observatory. And as our mayor said, Coimbra is making a great effort in order to revitalize the city center, to give a new dynamic to our city center. And because as we can see, as we saw in the meeting in Strasbourg, effectively the changing consumption patterns with the surge of e-commerce, it's a common issue, it's a common challenge for all the city centers around Europe and around the world. And so in order to improve the commercial and economic and social attractiveness of city centers, we should develop new strategies, new marketing strategies, because we have to be conscious that this is a severe challenge that we are facing. And so in this area of culture and animation, Coimbra is giving some efforts in order to dynamize our city center, to bring people to the city center, to our downtown that is classified as World Heritage by UNESCO. As I presented in Strasbourg, and I will share with you in some moments, this is an opportunity to develop and to share events like the book fair, like the medieval fair, like the musician encounters, some kind of events that are regular in each year, and that brings people to our city centers, as well as a project that we are developing with European funds in order to create a new connection between consumers and between the commerce, the traditional commerce as we know it. We want to share that practices, that best practices that we are developing, that we are taking in our city, in Coimbra, that because it involves all the society, all the citizens of our city, and we have no doubt that it can change the people's life. Well, we have the video of TUI. We are going to share it with you all, and then
La vieille ville de
we will
Ptuj, en
continue.
Slovénie, puise dans son passé industriel pour se tourner vers l'avenir. Abandonnée pendant des années, cette ancienne verrerie et son quartier n'étaient que l'ombre d'eux-mêmes. Grâce à un projet de reconversion, ce lieu fait aujourd'hui figure de pôle d'activité bien vivant.
This is the city center of one of the oldest cities in Slovenia, and it was really degraded before this intervention. So what we wanted to do is to remove all the cars and to reintroduce the material that were here historically, and to give back the streets to the citizens, not to the cars.
Située sur l'antique route de l'Ambre entre mer Baltique et Méditerranée, Ptuj compte aujourd'hui environ 23 000 habitants. Réhabilitée en centre culturel, son ancienne verrerie abrite notamment un grand théâtre modulable et plusieurs salles d'exposition. Dans un autre petit théâtre, des lycéennes répètent 2 fois par semaine.
S to novo steklarsko smo dobili nove prostore, ki so izredno kvalitetni, izredno akustični. Tu so se povezale, dobile so občutek, da so v pravem gledališču, in zato njihove stvaritve, njihovo ustvarjanje postaja zrelejše, boljše.
En plus des 1350 mètres carrés du bâtiment, le quartier alentour a aussi été rénové. Les ruelles médiévales adjacentes et la place Vrazov ont ainsi récupéré leurs pavés d'origine. Partie prenante du projet, la municipalité veut y réinsuffler davantage de vie.
Torej, cilj je bil oživitev starega mestnega jedra, ponovna vzpostavitev tega prostora in namennost, da mladi dobijo svoj prostor v mestu. Zdaj so v tem prostoru različna kulturna društva, potem imamo tudi nekaj starejših, tako da gradimo tudi na te medgeneracijske dimenzije.
Au total, le budget du projet s'élève à plus de 4,9 millions d'euros, dont 2,1 millions découlent de la politique européenne de cohésion, 2,2 millions de la municipalité de Ptuj et le reste 539 000 euros du ministère slovène de l'Environnement. Un projet aujourd'hui bien vivant à Ptuj, avec des expositions, des concerts et des dizaines de spectacles programmés toute l'année.
Vraiment, bravo, bravo, bravo.
Thank you very much. We are very proud of this project, and I think is one of the best things happened in the last 20 years regarding revivals of city centers. So it's really showing now that this is something that we needed, that our youngsters need it and our people need it. So it's alive. It's really full whole day. It's a lot of action going on here, and hopefully it will live to its purpose a lot of time. So
did you have, Nuška, did you have already some data about the impact of this project in society, in the city?
Not measurable in a way that we could now say about statistically and everything, but we are seeing every day the new groups are coming, a lot of exhibition going on, we have very much they are calling us, we would like to rent the place for this and this and this. So very different types of events are happening here, from round tables, concert, gallery exhibitions, everything. So it's really popular now, and I hope that it will stay this way. And in a year's time, I think that we can have more statistically data to actually start with our, if it's what was the value of this investment.
This is very interesting, Mayor Nuška. I wonder if every city present here in our meeting can share with us if you think the best approach is to have regular events in city centers regarding culture and animation and events, or if they shall have a factor of surprise, and it's best to have different events every year, very different events, events that people are not used to see in this space, in this city center, for instance, or if it is better to have regular events. For instance, our book fair, now we have decided that every year the book fair of Coimbra will take place on the city center. But for instance, other events, like we have a big party here in Coimbra in the last day of the year, New Year's Eve event. It's a major event because it attracts people from the whole region, central region of Portugal. And sometimes, and country, yes, and all country, but sometimes we'll do it in the city center. Sometimes we will not do it in the city center. We do it in another place of the city, more close to the university, like this last year. So I was wondering if you could, some city, of course, Ptuj and other participating cities, could tell us if you think it's a better approach to have, regular events each summer, each summer, each Easter, or each May, or something like this, or if the events should be, very different and with some factor of surprise and to engage people.
Well, we have traditional events so that they are taking place every year in in the known dates, so people can actually plan to come to and that this is something we have, like Days of Poetry and Wine. I think that they had now like 15 years of going on. We had Folks Music Festival, which had 50 years. We have Kurentovanje, which is this ethnographical festival, which was 65th edition. So it's kind of here in Slovenia and in Ptuj, we are kind of used to have, seasonal. We have in February we have this, in March we have this, in April we have this. We have every month something. Of course, we have additional smaller festivals or events, but the main events that we are co-founding and also supporting financially, they are like they are known for years ahead, because it's kind of schedule, and also between the organizers, so that they don't clash with the dates, so that we don't steal the public. So that is why we have everything scheduled. But of course, now and then we have something unpredictable, maybe some cultural, they have maybe some anniversary, and they are coming and say we would like to make a concert for the inhabitants, and we say okay, let's do it. And we have quite a lot of squares. We are a very small city, but we have quite a lot of squares here, and also the city castle, so it's quite a lot of venues that we can put different events just accordingly to how many people we expect. We have also opera night, and it's in open air opera, and we are every year it's coming more and more people, and I think that last year was around 6,000 people. So and they were just listening. You have a view on the castle. This was I don't know if you pay attention, but on the first video at the very last scene, when you can see the castle in the dark and then the people sitting up for the panorama. So for us, we are kind of slaves of our we have our schedule settled, and we are kind of doing it regularly every year. So that's our experience. Maybe some other city has something other, but I will have to leave you now because I have really I couldn't postpone the other meeting. It was a great honor and pleasure to know you all, and hopefully we see you in a couple of months and share more information and more. Okay, more project. So
thank you, Mayor.
Thank you very much. See you, Nuska.
Perhaps I would ask other cities that are here with us in Italy, the Netherlands, and France, of course. I know there are so many cities from France. If you would like, please, to share with you some festivals and some important events that you would like to share with. In Lund or in Florence or the Netherlands. Here in Coimbra, our approach was exactly to, because as our mayor said, we were seeing some depopulation. You know, there were so many. For many years, for 20 years or so, what happened is the shops and the restaurants and even people that were living in the center of the city were disconnecting with the center, and they did go to other parts of the city. So here we focused on the importance to attract people with culture and touristic events. So we tried now this approach was very successful. Now we are seeing that we have with the book fair and the medieval fair and the concerts in the summer and all events regarding art crafts events. Every 2 weeks we have different art craft events in the city center, and with associations, inviting citizens, inviting organizations. And what happened was that people are now getting used to come again to the city center, to shop there, to go to a little fair to buy a plant, a flower, art craft or something for, and now we are seeing this was a very successful approach, because people now are finding they are rediscovering the way to go to the city center, which was very popular in some years ago, and there was a disconnection in these early years. So we are now focusing on doing this, and we are very happy, and we are very we are feeling that our approach is really good, because the results, and if you come here to Coimbra, you will see that people, our city center is full of people now, because because it's a very beautiful one, and now we are trying to recuperate and the buildings itself, some of them were a little old, and we are now doing this. So I would say that this municipality, this executive, this mayor, this councillor, these last few years, they were able to, to focus on the city center and everything. The city, I would say, the city feels that this movement has been created, is in motion, and we now can see the effects. That's why we were so happy to work with all of you in this Culture and Animation European Observatory, because we really believe that culture can have, and cultural events, I don't mean culture in a very small and in a very strict meaning. I mean in a very broad approach. Culture can have really an impact in making this area of our city more alive. I think I have someone that has raised the hand, and let me see who it is. It's hello. It's
hello.
You are a colleague from?
My name is Marzena Furtak-Żebracka. I represent the city of Rzeszów. This is capital city of the Podkarpackie province. We were trying this year to run for the European Capital of Culture. But unfortunately, we were not the finalist. The other Polish city had been chosen for that second round. But still, we have a very strong program. And even if we did not qualify, we still are going to do it. And because culture is very important, we have many festivals which are going as the Slovakian before told us year to year at the same time. One of the biggest ones is called Rise of Culture, European Stadium of Culture. The festival was created because of our closeness to Ukrainian border. We are also the city which is the Ukrainian savior city. We got the title as the first city as the savior of the Ukrainians. We had a lot of refugees now in our city, and also we are trying to get them involved within what we are doing in culture in our city. This festival, which I'm telling you about, it's always held a week before the summer break, before vacation, and that's a very big festival. It's a festival which shows popularity of Polish singers, which are singing in duets with singers from other countries which are involved. Mostly they are from our eastern border. And so we have many duets, but also we have created the special program which involves NGOs from our city and other organizations to create their own projects. And within this festival, there is a lot of involvement of local groups which are preparing their own projects within this festival. And they are regarding everybody, seniors, youngsters, and this festival is held not only in the city center, but also in many other locations. So these projects can be made in many ways for many people whose expectations for the culture are different. And of course, there is the main concert with the popular stars, and this brings us many people coming to our city. Also, the other festival, which is held in our city, it's a festival prepared by our universities, And this is a very big event, and cities always participating with this festival, helping our universities to get that well done, because there is a lot of involvement and concert within, especially mostly for young people, because we know that we have to educate youngsters. We have also festivals like the street festivals, theatrical festivals. We have festivals of chamber music, and a lot of involvement of many groups and NGOs in our city are very strong, and they like to work with the city. But our city always had a policy. Our city center were always active. And a lot of concerts when held in the city square. But now demands of our citizens are that they also want to have some smaller events within their place of living. So now we also are going to the not only city center, but always for everyone. We try to prepare in their neighborhood small events which involve those citizens within that program. So there is a lot of going on in the city of Rzeszów, and also a lot of going on with us working together with Ukrainians. So if you have any questions, I will gladly answer.
Yes, we have so many questions. Thank you for sharing all of these experience. First of all, to congratulate not only your cultural activity in your city, but also for being in such a difficult, challenging, and important position regarding our friends from Ukraine, and of course to salute and thank you for the support that you have been, of course, doing, because geographically you are very close to Ukraine, and for us it's we have to thank you for your support for Ukraine. Of course, we are also doing that from here in a very important form and manner. We are very committed with, as you all know, with this strategy and the winning of Ukraine of this aggression. But of course, we are geographically far away from Ukraine. So of course, your position is much more challenging in this way. The commitment is the same, but of course, the distance is very different. And so we have to express our gratitude in the name of the municipality and all citizens of Coimbra, because really this is incredible what you are doing. And regarding the importance of culture in the city center, which festival would you say it is the most important one? Because I felt that you were mentioning the one that has the involvement of local organizations and ONGs, and it has a wide spectrum of approach, because you mentioned young people and senior people. So I wonder if this is the right approach, and having a very wide range of impact could be also something that it's very important for your strategy, I imagine.
Yes, it is important, but this is not if I would have to say which is the most important festival for the city center, that I would say that it's a different festival. It's a festival held in our city on the 3rd May, and it's called Paniaga Festival. We have one of the oldest city streets, which historically was the street where citizens of the city during Sundays were going for the walks. And now this street is this is the special place where during this festival there are parades, there are folk dancing, involving historical approach, but also we have always guests from our partner cities involved with this festival. And each year we invite different partner city to our city to participate in this festival, and they are sharing their food and their craft with us. Also, there is a craft exposition, and a lot of people are coming to buy some wonderful projects with our city or within the Podkarpackie region, crafts which are coming here to sell their goods during this event. So this is event where there is always on the city square, next to the city hall, it's held a large concert of Philharmonic music, where we put the chairs on whole city square, and people can come and listen to the high quality Philharmonic music orchestra. And not long ago, Alexandra Kurzak was giving the concert in here, or there was a concert of three famous tenors, or, you know, no, each year it's a different scene, but always during this, this is a 2-day event. And during this event, always at the evening, we have on the main city square concert of Philharmonic music. But above that, we have two other scenes. And there is like the concerts for young people. And there are some concerts within the city fountain range. Which is also very close to the city center. This is like at the end of that street, because the street is long, so it's like going from the city square to the palace. So, you know, through that street we can walk and see what's going on in a different location. The people can sell their books there. They can buy, I don't know, a good wine or cheese or handmade scarves. You know, whatever products or I don't know, chains or whatever products are made in within the city range. And there is a lot of different things is going on. A lot of our music, dance, and bands which are in our city present, they also can expose what they are doing. They have promote themselves during this event. So that's a lot of going on. So I think that if we are talking about city center, this is the most important festival for our city. But if we are talking about internationalization, so that festival I told you at the beginning, this is the most important for us, for not only for people from the city, but also from the people from all over the Poland. And also this festival I told you about, which is prepared by Rzeszów Polytechnic for youngsters. It's called Juvenalia. Actually, this is like for students festival. So this is very popular. It won last year award of the best students festival in whole Poland. And this year it's going to be even bigger. And so people from all over Poland are coming for this special event, especially young people, because it's very, very important for them. So it's a lot of different things going on in our city in different range. We are trying to, we have a special festival, and that festival, it's going on during September, it starts. This is Festival for Seniors. And this special festival for seniors, which involves many different activities from walking, dancing. We have very popular dance meetings for seniors. And this is one of the most popular events in our city. During summer, we have the special scene and disco, which is organized live on outside. But during winter or where is the bad weather, we are doing this inside. So it's a lot of people which are coming just for fun to dance. So it's many different activities. People are very active. We have 3 universities of the third age in our city, and they are very active. So that's a lot of going on. And also we have a special center for seniors, which is led by our city, and they are coordinating many things. And we have also a special councils, like we have a youth council, senior council, a lot of, within the range, what people need, we are trying to satisfy their needs. We always are listening to the citizens. We have a special meetings with the citizens on each neighborhood. So we would like to know, and we know what people want. And at the beginning when it started, so the people wanted to have a new road or, something fixed or built. Now the demands are different. They want more culture, more recycling, more playgrounds, more places for activities outside. So the demands of the citizens are different, and now they want to have more cultural activities on their neighborhood areas. And so we are trying to do it within our citizens' involvement.
Well, this is a quite important strategy that you are doing. I have some questions to do about this project. First, we want to know how many inhabitants do you have in your city, and also during that event, focused on music and organized by students. I have one question regarding what happens here in Coimbra. During that event, how are the connections with the stores of the city center? What is the reaction? How is the adhesion of the stores in city center to that event, to that festival?
First of all, our city has almost 200,000 of inhabitants. It's 190, 100, 100, because I just checked it 2 days ago, so it was like 1,000, 100. Okay, I can spell it, but it's near to 200,000 citizens.
200,000. Okay.
Okay, and if we are talking about Students' Festival and connection to the city center, this festival is held on a campus of that Polytechnic University, but this is very close to center of a city. And but everything is prepared with guards, and there is whole territory within the city is kept safe, and we always prepared so that there will be no incidents, because of course there is allowed for people to have alcohol there. Of course, beer is very popular, and it has to be, we have a special ways of dealing with this. So we have agreements, and the students have to walk around and check every places, so there will be no garbage. So there will be no bottles or no cups. And we have also the city mobilized at that time, and even every hour, there is a car running around the place where this is that event, so there will be no disposals around. And also because most of the area, this is the campus. So there is no problem, but there is the one site which is connected to the road, and the citizens there have their houses there. So they always go there, talk to those people. They explain them that there will be that event held, and if anything happens, they have numbers who to call and take care of this. There was a few years ago, I think 5 years ago, the incident, and during this event, one of the cars hit the fence of one of the citizens, and they fixed it. Of course, organizers of a festival fixed it, and there was no problem with that citizen. So they are always, you know, there are ways to talk to people, and they know before what will be going on. Of course, there is only 2 days like that, and they know that because there is a silence at 11. But when it's that festival, that city allows them to have this extended to 2 o'clock at night.
Oh, well, here in Coimbra, we have some similarities. There is also a feast in May, usually to be traditionally in the beginning, now at the end of May, that is organized by the university and also by the Polytechnic. It has around 20 or 25,000 students in our higher study institutions. It holds during 1 week. It involves mainly a festival of music during 7 or 8 nights, and also a parade at the middle or at the end of that feast. That comes from the university till the city center and crossing the river. And there is some impact that there is of course an economic and a social impact very high in the city. The city during that week has a new energy, a new dynamic that comes from that event we call Queima das Fitas. It is the feast of the university, of the students, especially those that are finishing their courses. They build some cars. And also Marcena, you told some data that I remember. Some years ago at Queima das Fitas in Coimbra, Queima das Fitas in Coimbra was the second event in the world with the largest consumption of beer after the festival of the Oktoberfest in Munich. We can share with you some images of that.
Yeah, some photos.
That feast is the parade.
That looks great.
It crosses the city from the university at the higher of the city until our downtown.
And of course, that our city is a very universitary. It's a universitary city. We have very old academic traditions. We were the first university of Portugal, of course, and one of the oldest universities of Europe. The University of Coimbra is now 734 years old, and so it is a very renowned and important university. And not only, I'm speaking not only of academic achievements, but also academic traditions, because we are full, as you can see, all students wear a special costume that was born here in Coimbra. Now every university in Portugal also.
But the first one was
Coimbra.
This tradition.
Yeah, so Coimbra is very known in Portugal as the universitary city. It's a very traditional and very important city regarding academic studies and the importance of the university. So everything that you are seeing in these photos, these are traditions. This is not just students doing a party or, you know, having fun. It's a lot more.
And it's an event that involves all the city, all the citizens, not only the family of the students, but all the cities involved during this. This is our mayor.
All the citizens. This is in front of our.
It involves all the city. The city during this week, these days are involved in this event.
And every detail is very important. I mean, the costumes, what they do with the cans and with the hats and the collars, everything has a meaning. Now, it's not only having, you know, it's not only beer and party, not at all. It's not. It's a very, very, very traditional, very cultural, very important element of our culture here in Coimbra. We are only sharing because, you know, we were speaking about.
And as you saw in some photos.
That's great.
And there's also a concerning with garbage as that is produced during this event.
Yeah, we
are committed with sustainability of the higher sustainability of these events, knowing that is a feast, that is a season of some
you know, the students can behave in sometimes. Now it's better, but there were some decades because we have this for so many decades now. So, you know, there were years and there were more problems, I would say, with you know, with alcohol and something like this. Now everything is in a very stable and very positive situation, I would say.
Each car represents each course, each faculty.
Yes.
They organize
so if you are
years of finishing the
we
course.
can, if you are interested in other meetings, or we can send a link and explain a little bit of the story of this festivity. And it's if you Google Coimbra and then university, and you know, these images will appear because this is the festivity of the university of all university students in Coimbra, and it's very wide. And of course, the municipality supports every year. And
there is also a sport program, a cultural program that is connected with this event, with this feast. And this is an event that including cultural, including sport dimensions. I think it will take around 2 months of the year, during April until June of each year. It's a feast that deserves to be known, to be.
That's great. Our festival is usually held, the Students' Festival, in May. And also we also have a parade, and in our city everything starts in the city square, and this is at the beginning mayor gives the students key to the city. And with that key, because there is the 2 or 3 days when they are ruling the city, students. So
all the secrets of the city are sharing. What's the mayor?
Yes, and so then there is a parade. And of course, students also, they changed their dressings. Depends on the faculties. They are they are doctors, nurses, but we have like pilots and, you know, different branches. So they all are dressed in the different style, but also we have like cosplayers, which are from, I would say, another story. So the people which are dressed like avatars, or, you know, from the different cartoons or mangas, because also that's very popular. So young people like to dress. So they at that festival, they are changing their style, and they are walking from the city center, from the square, through the city. This is also in connection with the police. So the streets are closed, and they are walking to the academic campus, and their event starts there, and they are ruling the city, and at the end they are giving the key back to the mayor at the end of the event. So I think there are a lot of similarities. Also, our city is very academic city. We have more than 40,000 students now. So there is a lot. So from doctors to civil pilots, so, you know, different branches, different universities.
Very interesting. And also this affirms the importance of universitary cities and the involvement, in the case of universitary cities like Coimbra and your city, the importance of involving students and institutions, academic institutions, because they are, of course, part of the city, and they. Exactly. It's a trait of the city that must, of course, be not only respected, but also promoted. So I will take also this opportunity to ask other participants in Italy and the Netherlands and across France, because you have such a wonderful tradition in France as well to do, you know, cultural events and musical events and art fairs in the city centers. And this is something that interests all of us, because how many examples we can, I think we should, I don't know if you agree, but I think in this observatory, we should start to collect the good examples, the good events that each city can present, and not only present them, but to extract from them what is the main importance, and they contribute to the city center of the city, for the development of the city center. So if we can, each city do that small homework, I think in the product that we will be able to do in the end of the work of this observatory, it will be more interesting to know, you know, this city has this event and has this effect in the development of the city center, this direct impact. And with this approach, it might be easier to produce a result that is very understandable for every policymakers around Europe. When we will, I think, Pierre, you can also, Centre-Ville and Mouvement, you can also share with us the strategy, but I think all the documents that will be produced by each observatory will be promoted in a very wide way in terms of even the European institutions. So I think it's very important that we start to gather these informations of the events and the contributions that each city sees that this specific event is giving to the promotion of the city center. What do you think, Pierre and Clarisse? If you can translate to Pierre, because I spoke in English, I'm sorry.
No.
It's okay, we have the translation, but I think like what you said,
you have no sound.
Agree. Sorry?
Sound. Okay.
Yeah, we agree with what you said, but I'm going to let Pierre explain. Sur le processus.
Oui. Alors, peut-être que la traduction, tout le monde a la traduction. OK. On aura un rendu de tous les observatoires qui sont derrière nous, les 6 thèmes qui seront rendus aux assises parisiennes, donc aux assises européennes du centre-ville, qui auront lieu à Paris, au Conseil économique et social, donc face à la Tour Eiffel, en novembre 2025. Voilà.
Ouais. C'est très important pour savoir ça et pour que toutes les villes qui participent qu'elles savent que... Ah, je parle en français. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's very important to share this information among the cities participating here in the observatory, because it's important to know that these results will be widely shared with everyone. So it is very important to have your participation, your good examples, and the impact they have for the city centers, so that this document will have really interest to all policymakers around Europe.
Tous les sujets, les 6 thèmes qu'on a choisis sont des sujets très importants pour le centre-ville. Et nous, ce que l'on souhaite, c'est qu'il y ait vraiment une mixité et que tous les sujets s'impliquent les uns les autres, sachant que l'écologie est parmi tous les sujets, l'environnement, le développement durable.
I would like also, there's another subject that me and the mayor and the councillor Miguel Fonseca is directly focused on city centers. And sometimes we speak, we think a lot about this and the ways to, to improve the city center. And one of the things that I would like to know your opinion, it's about tourism and culture, because we are now improving and we are a very touristic city also. I mean, we are starting now to be a very touristic city because, of course, our country is widely visited. We have many tourists around Portugal, and now also Coimbra is now having we are in the center of the interest of tourists in Portugal because of our university, the river, the culture, the monasteries, the church, everything. It's a very beautiful city. So now we have increasing more tourists here in Coimbra. And we would like to know, for a city as Florence, for instance, in Italy, which is, of course, an example with a complete different dimension from Coimbra. Of course, this is absolutely clear. We are a small city in a country that it's not, we cannot compare it we could not compare with Florence, but nevertheless, it is very important for all of us to know what about in Florence, because I know that a colleague from Florence, I think it's Manuela, it's here with us. Hi, Manuela.
Hello, everybody.
Manuela. We could speak also in Italian. I feel so, when I see a colleague from Italy, I've studied in Italy, I'm very passionate about the country, but I have to, to continue in English, but just to, of course, salute Florence, which is a city that is in our mind forever as one of the most beautiful cities of the world, I would say, because it speaks for our culture in Europe, right? It speaks for all of us. Of course, it's an Italian city, but it speaks for all Europeans, as it is so beautiful regarding, not only Botticelli and the bridges and the Galleria dello Uffizi. I mean, I'm already in Florence in my mind right now. But I would like to know, because when I studied in Siena, one of my teachers, 20 years ago, more than 20 years, shared with me this thing that for me at the time, it was very interesting. She said, it's very difficult for a citizen of Florence, I mean, a common citizen, a teacher, to live in a city that has so many tourists that, are so excited and happy to be in this place. But of course, they are in the same city, in the same place, in the same streets as the people that live there. They have common lives. They have to go to the office, to the supermarket. So I think, Florence, it's interesting to know, how did you balance the flow of tourists and the cultural life and the normal life of the citizens? Thank you, Manuela.
Thank you, Giovanna, for this introduction, because you allow me to present you a different point of view, because maybe other cities who are smaller in size, or maybe who are less touristic than Florence, are interested in attract flows and in revitalizing the city center. We have the opposite problem. We want to disperse visitors and we want to revitalize the surrounding of the city. Just to give you some numbers, Florence has 350,000 inhabitants, but we have huge flows of commuters and students from the surrounding. And of course, we have around 5 million tourists a year. So this is really impacting on the city life. And I have to also give you another element to better understand, because all the tourists are concentrated into the UNESCO area, which is a small area in the city center. So they are concentrated in these few square meters who are very crowded. Cultural institutions in Florence are so many: church, museum, orchestras, operas. We are a really vibrant city. It was also acknowledged in the city monitor who rates how to know the level of vibrancy of the city. So we have a very high score. So how to say, our initiatives have a different objective, which is to spread culture into all the city districts, not only in the center, because the center is really congested. So one of the main initiatives I would like to present you is the Florentine Summer, which is a rich calendar of events spreading culture, as said, in all the city district through live shows, performing arts, training activities, workshops, and bringing art and cultures outside the institutional place to promote more participation, inclusion, and social cohesion. This initiative was born as a simple collection of events offered to citizens during the summer period, but it has transformed into a large cultural project that promotes interdisciplinary festival, and now lasting 6 months, with events largely free and promoted in public urban spaces in all the neighborhood of the cities. So over the year, it has been decided to give more and more importance to this initiative, and this has led to an expansion of the public-private partnership and also an increase in investment. It started in 2012, and from 2015, the Estate Fiorentina has become a full-fledged urban laboratory, extending well beyond the official semester, because we have events during all the year, also during winter. And yeah, and now this partnership is big and includes from small new association as well as the more structured ones, and give the possibility of participating in a sort of a collective initiative and provide a wide cultural offer to a varied audience with special attention to the most vulnerable groups. Indeed, accessibility is how to say, a sort of precondition to participate into society. And with the pandemic, the possibility of accessing cultural events and initiatives in dedicated space, a concert hall, theaters, library, has suffered a setback. For the recovery, for a recovery that leaves no one behind, Florence leveraged on culture to encourage a more competitive positive recovery in terms of both economic, employment, and social cohesion. Culture can play a fundamental role in individual well-being and growth. Also, in reference to the younger segment of the population who were those who were most affected by the social distancing measures. In the most recent edition of the Florentine Summer Festival, it was aimed at revitalizing places and to promote a new cultural expression through the organization of multidisciplinary events, thanks to all the actors of the territory, institutions, foundations, associations, all the cultural operators in the cities, all the artists, all who works into the entertainment fields. With respect to the financial aspects, it started with a budget of around 200,000 euros in 2012, and now the 2023 edition, the last one, was around 2 million euros of resources. It includes also European funds of the National Operation Program for Metropolitan City, because as I said before, it was, conceived as a social cohesion initiative. Not only a cultural initiative, but also social cohesion was at the center of our aims. And also there are, of course, resources of the administration, but also there are resources of sponsorship, all the subjects participating into this project. And nowadays we have 132 subjects participating into the Estate Fiorentina. We have more than 100 projects with more than 1,000 events.
It's immense, Manuela. So it's, if I understood correctly, 132 organizations, participants?
132 subjects participating into the organization of the Estate Fiorentina initiative. They are selected through a public call. It is now open, the public call, in mid-April.
So you do a public call to everyone, right? You do the municipality.
The municipality issue a call to select participants and events. And there are lots of participants. It becomes bigger year by year. It expanded.
It expanded.
Just the last remark, of course, we are trying to join this cultural policy in the frame of our sustainability strategy. So the events are plastic free. We are trying to boost the recycling and all the dimension related to environmental protection and enhancement.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for sharing. Very important example from a city that, you know, has specific challenges, different from other cities. Like we are trying to attract tourists, and of course, you are in a different position because of the story of the city itself and the development of the city that has known a different path of development. So it is a very interesting case for all of us in Europe, because the different challenges provide different solutions, different approaches, and in that sense, every city is learning from your example, because each city has, you know, specific situations to deal with. I was now in Lund in September last year, and I was very impressed with the work in Lund. Haza, I know I haven't been with you in that occasion, but I was there, and I was very curious about the city of Lund in Sweden, because it's very famous for the sustainability policies, and you have won prizes that are worldwide with worldwide recognition. And I know your work. I know that you work in a very serious manner for many years now regarding sustainability. And I was impressed when I was visiting the city center of Lund, because it's not only a prize, it's not only the recognition that I was well aware of. It was seeing with my eyes a city that is all connected with sustainability. And the city center is very interesting. That's why I would like, you can also, and being also a university city, could you, and Florence, of course, is also a university city with many important university institutions. Can you explain us, how did you begin your path towards sustainability and the importance of city center?
Well, actually, that's not really my topic issue. I work with Visit Lund, so I will work to get people to come to the city to do different cultural projects. So now we have a sustainability week that we have been working with, but I'm not actually the right person to talk about that. It has been a long path, as you said, that there's been a lot of development and many people who have said that this is the things that we should actually do, and in every part of our city. So whatever you work with in the city, for example, us who works with big cultural events in the city, we have this list that we put together that we should fill. So it's like, okay, this is the things we have to do that everyone has to work with, so that we together can move forward. So I work with culture festivals in the city. We have everything in Lund is named Lund. It's a little bit special. People who love the city. So we have Summer Lund, that is in the summer. And then we have Winter Lund, which is my part of work, that is in the winter. And then there we have a lot of cultural activities that are free for the people who live in the city. So this is about the social sustainability, that there are things that is happening in the city that is open to everyone, that you should feel welcome and be able to participate in the cultural movement, even if you don't have money. So that is the project that I'm working with.
So you have this approach in your strategy. In your focus is the possibility that everyone participate in the events, right?
Yeah.
Everyone, regarding if they have more money or less money. I mean, everyone should participate, and your approach is based also on this concern, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you.
We are sharing some conclusions about these events. They are directed to all citizens and based on the experiences of our cities. We think that the citizens prefer events to happen in specific occasions of the year with regularity, and they are not as much able to surprise events that are unexpected as at this moment. I don't know if we can conclude that, but based on the experiences of our cities that are sharing their practices, we can converge in that direction. These events should be planned. They should be known by the citizens. The surprise factor of the citizens is not as much developed as well, and so that is a good strategy, because it allows them to plan those events, to plan their visits also to the cities. And we can also conclude that these events involve all the citizens from the youngest to the oldest, and to the tourists, to the punctual visitants to the city. That has to be an integrated event. It's an event that wants to give dynamic, to take people to the city centers and to all city, but especially focus it on the city center. And that is it's an event with there are events with national and with national projection in the respective countries that involve all citizens from all ages, from 8 to 80, and it's they are quite interesting events that are done by the municipalities, by the university, by other institutions of the society, of our countries, and of our cities, because we have all of us have been touched by the pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic. I think that lead to an impulse in those live events, these cultural events, these animation in the city centers outside. After the European citizens past 2 years closed in themselves. If there is no other intervention in this matter, I will share with you the presentation of Coimbra, of our strategy in terms of culture and animation. And I would also challenge our colleagues from Poland and from Florence to the next meeting to share some images, some photos, some videos that you have of the events, the festival, the feast that you have referred on this meeting. If you accept this challenge, I think in the second meeting of our observatory, that will be a trigger for the discussion, to share those photos, share those images, those videos of the events, the festivals, the feasts that you develop, that you realize, in order to share those good and also those bad practices, if there is. If you don't mind, I will share the presentation of Coimbra, what is our strategy in terms of this dynamic in field of culture and animation. I don't know, there's no full screen. Okay. Well, and we start. I start for a brief presentation of Coimbra. We are right in the center of Portugal, with a distance from less than 2 hours from international airports, Porto and Lisbon, with well-connected, highly in road or railway networks. We have around 140,000 inhabitants, with the highest concentration of population in the central region of Portugal, with an affordable cost of living. That is one of our competitive advantages. The cost of living that is lower, much lower than the two main centers, the two main city centers, the urban centers of Portugal, that are the capital, Lisbon and Porto. With some competitive advantages that are based on the quality of life, on the quality of education. As we told us, the University of Coimbra is the oldest Portuguese university, one of the oldest in Europe, and with high health and public services standards. In this matter, as I told you, Coimbra is a World Heritage UNESCO. Mainly is city center, is downtown area, and there is also the third city in the country with most live cultural events. Mainly they occur in our Convento São Francisco, that is a venue of excellence for cultural and cultural events, as well as for congresses and conferences. Our strategy, as I told you, and as our mayors told you, is based on the revitalization of the city center with high investment in culture and events, with the strategy of collaboration with local commerce, cultural and social association, as well as with the inhabitants, the residents of the city. We developed some regular events, like the Arts and Crafts Fair that took place each month in the city center, in the main streets, in the main streets of the city center, that wants to share the art and the work of craft and artistic expressions. The book fair that took place in June or July, in the summer, in the city center, in our Praça do Comércio, the oldest square of our city, that includes stands for books, and there's also a lounge area and auditorium, and that involves the main square of our city. The magic encounters that occur in September, including international magicians with street performances and interaction with the public. This is an image of an event, a performance right in the square. I told you, the oldest square of our city, Praça Velha. Praça is also designed Praça, also known as Praça do Comércio. Summer vibes that occur during the summer, mainly between July and September, with presentation of famous and emergent bands and artists that took place on the evening, and that involves and that wants to dynamize the city during these months of summer. Also, the medieval fair that took place on July, that wants to promote the historical heritage of Coimbra, and as well with some historical recreation, like a medieval feast, and with the involvement of cultural association and also a folk community, as this square happens. Suggests, sorry. Also, the municipal market, our municipal market that is located close to the municipality, to our building, in which we are building a strategy to make this municipal market as an important stage, an important piece on that city strategy, strategy, because we in this space, as you can see on the images, we are sharing, we are connecting the traditional perspective of commerce with events like sports, cycling as well in January, and also the electronic music festival that took place on the end of March. Also, the Christmas events, like is traditional all over Europe, promoting the city center based on the festivities like those that you are seeing on the images that took place on last Christmas, based on a spectacle with a show of video mapping, live music and dance that took place on the 21, 22, and 23 of December 2023. And also the project that I present in Strasbourg, the project that we call at Baixa Coimbra. It's a project based on an amount financed by European Union funds of 1.24 million euros that want to transform the downtown area in a true air shopping center, reconnected and adapted to the new consumer trends, and that includes the transformation of downtown commerce in a digital platform, bringing citizens to the public space, and that is included also on our revitalization, modernization, and attractiveness for the city center strategy that we are developing. That is our strategy for the city center, the strategy that we are developing in Coimbra. I presented this strategy and the highlights also last September in February, last February, sorry, in Strasbourg, and so I would also share it with all our colleagues of this observatory.
And now, if you agree, we could see some images, in this case a video, in a video that I think you can find interesting. It's about our book fair in our old square.
Sonho, magia, despertar os sentidos. Assim é a evolução do livro, da música, da arte. Sonho, magia, despertar os sentidos. Assim é a evolução do livro, da música, da arte. Aqui, na 44ª edição da Feira do Livro de Coimbra.
So this is our book fair that we host. The municipality organizes and hosts in the old square. It is a very good example of we stated this, as Pierre probably remembers. We spoke about this 2 years ago in the with our colleagues in Centre-Ville, because we said this is a strategy because the book fair wasn't being organized in this place. This is very recent. It was 2 years ago, this mayor, these councillors that decided our focus is the city center. The old square must host the book fair of Coimbra, because traditionally it was held in a park nearby the river. So everyone in Coimbra was saying, oh my God, why will they change, the book fair that is being organized for so many years in another place? But, this strategy pays off. And now people really enjoy the square itself, not only being able to go to the city center to enjoy another place of the city they were not used to enjoy regarding the book fair. And now we understand and we see see that people are enjoying the square itself. They look at the buildings, they understand this is a medieval square. Of course, it's very difficult to organize because all the, you know, the trucks and the stands and the tables and the chairs and everything must be taken to a place that is, you know, with very small streets and squares. Everything is very difficult to go there, but it pays off. It really pays off because people are enjoying a part of their medieval city that they were not used at all to go to buy books and to enjoy and to take children and, you know, so this is a very good example that we like to share this year. We will do it again. If you want to come, you are all invited, of course. It will be now. We will share the dates, next meeting, and the links.
At the end of June.
End of June is this year. So you are all invited to come, and I think we can give you more details in the next meetings we will have in this observatory, because another edition of the fair would have taken place. But the main thing is that I would like to thank you, everyone, to say it was really a pleasure to spend this afternoon with you, speaking about the city centers and the role of culture and animation. And the most important thing is that Centre-Ville is the organizer of these European observatories. Thank you for the opportunity to put all these cities communicating and sharing experiences. We hope that these observatories will be each session more interesting and more participated. So this is our objective. And so what I would like to say is that next edition, of course, Centre-Ville will share the next date and we'll share the link for the registration. But we will like to invite everyone, those we are participating now, and please to share the word to other cities that you work with, so that in the next meeting, our next online meeting could be even more participated, and hopefully with examples from all over Europe. And this is our goal, is to know other good practices, not only to speak about our policies and our achievements, but also to listen and to learn with you. Please, next meeting, the colleagues from Florence and the colleague from Poland and the colleague from Lund, and of course all other cities that I will not say the name, but there are so many. And please all feel invited. Of course, it's for everyone, and also to other cities that you can invite. Because we can organize a way so that everyone can, you know, explain a little bit about the cultural event and also the impact that that event has in public policies. Thank you.
Merci beaucoup. Est-ce que tu peux mettre en traduction, Baptiste? Voilà. Merci beaucoup. Merci à la ville de Coimbra pour cette mobilisation dès le début pour que l'observatoire fonctionne bien. Merci évidemment à Johanna qui s'est vraiment, vous voyez, qui a animé de main de maître voilà, cet observatoire. Merci à Lund également, parce que Lund, on avait fait venir la maire de Lund, qui était une maire à l'époque, il y a 15 ans, 17 ans de ça, aux premières assises à Bordeaux, voilà, et qui avait été parfaite. Et voilà, on voit que en Suède, c'est un peu différent que dans d'autres pays plus, voilà, comme en France, par exemple. Merci à vous tous, et puis donc à la prochaine, et avec beaucoup de photos aussi, parce que c'est merveilleux de voir toutes ces photos. Merci beaucoup, au revoir.